There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. Worthless people live only to eat and drink. People of worth eat and drink only to live. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. For a man to conquer himself is the first and noblest of all victories. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. When you want wisdom and insight as badly as you want to breathe, it is then you shall have it. I don't need a friend who changes when I change and who nods when I nod. My shadow does that much better. Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. What you leave behind is not what is engraved in stone monuments, but what is woven into the lives of others. Knowledge without justice ought to be called cunning rather than wisdom. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river and he's not the same man. The ideal man bears the accidents of life with dignity and grace, making the best of circumstances. One loyal friend is worth 10,000 relatives. Pay attention to your enemies, for they are the first to discover your mistakes. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. It is more important to know what sort of person has a disease than to know what sort of disease a person has. Men would live exceedingly quiet if these two words, mine and thine, were taken away. It is impossible to live a pleasant life without living wisely and well and justly, and it is impossible to live wisely and well and justly without living a pleasant life. Silence at the proper season is wisdom, and better than any speech. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. It is possible to provide security against other ills, but as far as death is concerned, we men live in a city without walls. There is nothing permanent except change. Everything flows, and nothing abides, everything gives way, and nothing stays fixed.